My experiences at CPK Party School. I was in Amilcar Cabral Study Circle. I am George Kirituchege, a 24-year-old youth, sharing a common desire with all of you. We yearn to live under a system that not only works for us, but one we can take pride in. Unfortunately, it's page 41. It's page 41. We yearn to live under a system that not only works for us, but one we can take pride in. Unfortunately, such an experience eludes us in the current states of affairs, a predicament stretching back to the days of formal independence from colonial rule. Many, especially those who fought for our freedom, rightly diagnosed that what was fought for was being sabotaged and betrayed. The overhaul of an entire system is no trivial matter. Discussing the end goal is only as vital as elucidating. Okay, sorry, I just have to do one thing. When I talked about many, especially those who fought for our freedom, rightly diagnosed that what was fought for was being sabotaged and betrayed, I have a small anecdote to give there. A few comrades and I had gone to Kombozi Library, and there was a pamphlet that was explaining in concretely the ideas that were being put forth by the Kenya Land and Freedom Army, that is the Mau Mau. And it took me by surprise how shockingly little we are educated on when it comes to the Mau Mau and the ideas they had put forth. Because when I had read the document or the pamphlet that was describing the struggle and the ideas that they were putting out, I came across something that very accurately described the system that Kenya will be in currently. It was a few years prior to independence. That is as soon as the state of emergency had been lifted and negotiations were underway. Already by that time, before independence had been declared, the Kenya Land and Freedom Army had already diagnosed that neocolonialism will replace colonialism. They were not blind in this analysis. And I just want to read a bit of what they had said. Just a little bit. It was called The Struggle for Kenya's Future, a Kenya Land and Freedom Army document. So they came and said, this is part of the relevant part. The old colonialism involving direct political control is fast dying, and a quick transition to the new colonialism is felt necessary to avert a genuine social revolution, which will result in economic as well as political independence and thus stop the flow of Kenya's surplus capital into the banks of the Western capitalist world. The British master plan is thus quite simple in outline. Carefully relinquish political control to a properly indoctrinated group of the right kind of Africans, i.e., those who are interested as similar to and compatible with our own so that we can retain economic control. In short, the British government wants to live in political form so that its capitalist sponsors might remain in economic content. I remember Comrade Wesley, where's Comrade Wesley? Comrade Wesley was with us, and Comrade Amani Kibet was also there in Kombozi. I don't even remember that pamphlet, the green one, that one, yes. So I was very surprised that the Mau Mau had correctly diagnosed what the coming years after independence would look like. But then again, I realized that the government does not have an interest in promoting any ideas on what the Mau Mau were for, and maybe perhaps exactly this is why. So That's just a little tangent, but let me continue with my reflections. Many, especially those who fought for our freedom, rightly diagnosed that what was fought for was being sabotaged and betrayed. The overhaul of an entire system is no trivial matter. Discussing the end goal is only as vital as elucidating why and where the system fails, and what challenges and what changes are necessary. As Marxists, we must identify and comprehend three fronts on both personal and collective levels. That is, philosophy, political economy, and understanding of social relations. During my tenure with the party, I have undergone a transformation in understanding on all three fronts. Engaging in revolutionary activity, I aim to apply the lessons learned to bolster the party and effect radical change in our country. Kenya stands at a critical juncture. The political elite, driven by a lust for wealth and global prestige, have plunged the country into a debt vortex. They have acquiesced to Kenya's enlistment in the wars of the American Empire, pitting us against one of the empire's greatest challengers, Haiti. Under the guise of alleviating unemployment, foreign corporations flood into the country, reminiscent of colonial times when our youth are encouraged to abandon Kenya in search of jobs abroad. Addressing these challenges will not solely be the task of CPK and leftist groups prepared to fight. The party has undertaken, I think it should be, will not solely be the task of CPK, but also leftist groups prepared to fight. The party has undertaken numerous activities in this regard. Most recently, we commemorated Kimathi Day in honor of a freedom fighter who spearheaded the struggle against colonialism. Kimathi, representing the collective resistance of the Kenya Land and Freedom Army, has seen his legacy neglected or worse, smeared. Yet leftist groups, of which CPK is central, have kept his memory alive. This fact encapsulates the essence of being part of our party. At a time when the political elite fosters apathy towards history, entwining their interest with the economic actors of colonialism's aftermath, preserving the spirit of resistance is an act of genuine defiance. This defiance epitomizes the essence of our party, and joining it means embracing and participating in such revolutionary activity. So in this part specifically, this is the reason why and what distinguishes the Communist Party of Kenya from other parties. You can't simply just rebrand this party and name it something else, like frivolously, the way we had Orange, the ODM, which was once Azimio, which is once NASA, which was once, I don't know, something else, and then UDA and ETC. This is a party with concrete ideas that actually aims to bring structural reform to the country, and that is something that I have taken great pains to learn while I was in the party. Of course, I will eagerly anticipate the upcoming pass-out parade on March 30th, 2024, which is today, where new members will be inducted into the party's cadres, including me and all of you. This event is another tangible demonstration of the party's interests. I hope that fellow comrades, both current and prospective, share my enthusiasm for this occasion and join me in expressing gratitude to the party. That summarizes my experience thus far, and I eagerly anticipate what lies ahead this year. Viva, comrades, viva!
Viva!
Forward with the party, forward!
Forward!